Hi, everybody. I wasn't even sure if I was going to come on today because I am not doing the vibration plate standing up today. Then I thought to myself, it's a really good reason to come on because I want to share my experiences and that could possibly be helpful to you. But let me make a disclaimer right here, right now. I've done it before, I do it again. I'm not a medical professional. I'm a 54-year-old woman looking to increase some benefits in my life that vibration plates will give you. And that's it. I'm giving you my experience and I'm not giving you medical advice. Okay? Just so you know. So, um, I am going to go ahead and turn this on. I am sitting down upright. I'm putting my feet on the outer edge of the plate. I'm going to run it on one pretty much for the 10 minutes while I talk to you about what happened today. So I got that going. You know what? I'm going to put up the time a little bit, and when I'm done talking, I'll just start it off. Okay, but it'll be 10 minutes minimum. So now I have it on one. You could see the floor shaking. I think you can see me shaking. Okay, so this morning I went to wake up and, well, last night the puppy always wakes me up at first sleep, after first sleep. She constantly does it. And she went to wake me up today and I was like, whoa, that's dizzy. And I didn't think much of it because I haven't had vertigo in a long, long time, or it feels like a long, long time. And before that time, it was never had that feeling before. So when I woke up this morning for real, I knew I was dizzy. I was really dizzy, and I was actually kind of afraid. And the reason why I was afraid is because the first time I got vertigo, I'm not sure if it was 2020 or 2021. I had a head injury. You can see in some of my videos, there is a bump on my head right here. Okay. I took an unfortunate fall down a flight of stairs. After that, the little crystals that hang out in your inner ear, they're calcium bicarbonate, I believe is what they're made of. They can get loose, especially with a bad fall. They could also get loose with just turning your head the wrong way. So everybody's different. And what they do is they'll float around in your lymphic system and get in the wrong part of your ear and make you feel really dizzy. Problem with it is, not only do you think the room is spinning, but your body actually thinks so, and you could fall and you could hurt yourself. And when you look at adverse side effects to the vibration plate, some people have never had vertigo in their lives. They get on one of these and they got problems. Okay. Now, I expected that eventually I would, as I am detoxing my lymphatic system and draining that would happen again. So today, I just went and I said, okay, I changed my plans for the day. Thank God I was able to do that. If this was a couple months ago, there would have been no changing the plans. I would have had to, I don't know how I would have pulled it off. I do have two people that work for me, and one of them's only on weekends, and one of them is during the week. And if I don't already have her on the schedule, I might not be able to call her into it. You know what I'm saying? So um, I'm just really happy that I was able to change my plans for the day. So what I did is I did a couple of exercises because my vertigo is what you call, what I wrote it down so I could say it, BPPV. So it's like a displacement of those little crystals. And so I did a couple of exercises. I got them back to where I was like, all right. And I did have a couple of things I had to do locally. But I made sure I didn't go far and I didn't go long, and I took my time. So like when I got back in the car, I sat down and assessed because I cannot imagine driving down the road and having a vertigo episode. I can't imagine it. I cannot. So I was really nervous today. So when I woke up, I brought Miss Fancy down. I went really slow down the stairs. Another reason why I would really like to have the ability to walk into my house on the first floor. And if I had vertigo or whatever, and my bedroom was upstairs, then I could sleep on the couch. Okay, like that's something that's those are real things. And came back upstairs. I did a bunch of different exercises. Finally got it to where I was like leveled out. Went and did very small errands right around here, and I was fine. And I took my time. I made sure I didn't, because I was afraid, didn't rush to the next spot or turn the car on and rush out of the parking lot or wherever I was. I made sure I paid attention to myself, because um, that's really important. And part of wanting to become better physically is part of wanting to to become better all in all. And rushing around isn't any good. So um, that's what happened. So I wasn't going to be standing on this today. I do have to get to work tomorrow, and if all else failed, I actually could pull back from tomorrow, but I do not want to. I've kind of have, I manage a couple of people that clean for us, um, as the host and the head housekeeper. I need to keep my eyes on these properties. Now that it's not 4 feet of snow outside, I need to go check on these properties. I need to go make sure they're up to standard. Um, it's got to be done. And so I want to go over there. I want to get some. Home base has a nice laundry area. I want to make sure laundry's getting done. I want to check out a couple of things that Rory had bought. He bought some new glasses that aren't as breakable and whatnot. I want to check that out. I want to pull some refrigerators and stoves and look behind them. A couple of little things that I want to do, and clean them if it needs to be done. I tend to do that if I don't have more than one place to clean in one day. I'll add that kind of thing to a once a month round, but in the heat of the season, it's not that easy. You can't. Deep cleans are before season, after season, and then moderately throughout the semi off seasons. You know what I'm saying? So um, I definitely want to do that, and I think I'll be fine. Um, and if all goes well tomorrow, when I get home, I'm getting on this. I'm going to stand up, and we're going to go ahead and do our video. But I do want to tell you that if you have like recurring vertigo all the time, there are other medical conditions that can cause you to have vertigo, and they are more serious than a crystal being in the wrong part of your ear. So that would mean you'd want to talk to somebody that's familiar with your vertigo. Okay, your doctor. All right. Migraines can cause vertigo. Tumors, MS. There's a few things that could be bad that your vertigo is trying to tell you about. And so if you have anything like that, you want to be aware. If you've had vertigo once or twice and it's not a big deal and you did your little exercises and everything was fine, you're probably okay. But if you're somebody that has these dizzy episodes from other medical things and you know it's something else, even if you haven't been diagnosed, go see your doctor about it. Okay? There are some really great um, exercises you can do to get those crystals out of that part of your ear that makes you feel dizzy. Do them. So tomorrow when I wake up, I'm going to do them, and then I'm going to do my morning reading, and then, excuse me, and then I'm going to go. But I wanted to make sure I did do this morning when I did my morning reading, for 10 minutes, because it feels really good on the feet. And I'm getting some sort of benefit from it, even if I'm not standing up. And so I wanted to make sure I sat down with you guys today and told you about this, because I don't want to pretend like, oh, I just didn't feel like it, or I forgot to make a video or whatever. I am not standing on it today. I am going to trust my body, and no thank you. I am no longer dizzy. Um, there was one point when I made my coffee this morning, I thought I was going down. And like I like caught the bar of the peninsula part, and the dog was like, "Oh no, don't fall!" And I was like, "Oh no, I gotta do the crazy exercises." Those could be a little odd if you've ever had it before. If you do those exercises, it really accelerates the dizziness first, and it's a little scary. So I was like, "Oh man, I didn't even want to do them," but that's okay. So in my self awareness, probably loosen them up by doing the lymphatic drainage and the vibration plate, or that's why the lymphatic system is draining. The vibration plate is helping with that. So keep that in mind, guys. If you've never had vertigo before and you start to feel dizzy and you're on this, you might be just having your first vertigo, and you might want to be careful. The physical exercises you can do to cure it in like 2 minutes are all over the internet. So I'll put a couple in the description. I'm like, bleh, so that you have a place to easily find them, and it's kind of connected to this. But again, I'm not a doctor. I just want you to be aware of that. And if you've never had vertigo, that dizziness is scary. You would not want to have that dizziness in an uncompromising spot. You wouldn't want to be up on a vibration plate. You wouldn't want to be walking down or upstairs. You wouldn't want to be a lot of different things. Okay? You don't want that. That dizzy feeling is awful. So, it is a possible side effect. There are people I have seen, like Amazon reviews, or somebody says, I've been permanently dizzy since. Well, they've never bothered to do a vertigo exercise to get rid of that. I can't believe, you can't live your life dizzy. That's impossible. What the heck? Can't even imagine. But I can see where it would happen, and it happened. So, the only difference that I've been doing since I started this, and I haven't had a vertigo thing since that unfortunate fall down those stairs. It happened about a week after that fall. I was like, okay, so what else? Like, that was awful. And I was able to take care of it very quickly and easily. So, haven't had that problem again. So, when it happened today, it probably even played with my brain a little bit with the PTSD thing. Like, you hold a lot of your stress and your past traumas in your body. And when you're shaking it up like this, or people have this when they do yoga, they'll burst out in tears in the middle of yoga. Where you start moving your body in certain ways. And I would assume that my body is so tight from those things, like that was part how my body reacted to the trauma that I was experiencing. And now I'm trying to loosen that up. And as I loosen it up, things are going to come out. And there was something the other day that reminded me of back then. And I even said it in the video. It's like PTSD or something. I can't remember what it was because it's okay. Because I have forgiven and I have moved on. And now I'm just worried about forgiving me and moving on and being okay. So it's to be expected. If you don't even have to be mature, like 54 years old, to have had a lot of trauma in your life. That may come out as you shake it up. I'm just saying, I'm just really lucky that my trauma was short. And I know, and I expected it to kind of be a thing. I expected it. I'm finally strong enough to deal with it a little bit. So, yeah, that's what's up. And my legs are happy that this is going on. I've just been on one. I haven't moved it. Should be almost up. 1 minute and 34 seconds. So I'm going to keep talking to you. I just want you guys to know that. If you're young, you're in your 20s, your 30s, and you've never had anything like that, even your 40s, even your 50s, if you never had vertigo before, I wouldn't worry about it. if you are worried about something like that, make sure you got something to hold on to. So tomorrow, because I had vertigo today, I might move over to that part and be able to hold on to it, or put the two bar stools on the side of me. You know, I'm not sure. We'll find out. We'll do it together. If I fall down in front of you, but I don't think I'm going to have any issues because I haven't been dizzy since I did my exercises. So yeah, I'll put a couple of links in there about that. Dr. Berg also has a video on how to get rid of those crystals altogether so that they don't even come into that part. I think it had to do with magnesium and vitamin D. I got magnesium, so I'm going to take some magnesium tonight. Vitamin D, I don't have. I don't think I have. I love my supplements, but I kind of like binge out on one or two at a time. Right now, it's astaxanthin and black seed oil and oregano oil. Then sometimes I wear LifeWave patches, X39s. I like my what is that? Methylene blue, blue, yeah, methylene blue. Um, I've got really good magnesium, and a couple of things. So yeah, vertigo can also feel not as dizzy as like super dizzy. It can also feel like if you ever been on a fishing boat for an extended period of time, and then you get off and you try to walk on land and you have sea legs. It can also feel like that. I've had that a lot because I used to be salty and used to always be on a fishing boat. I prefer life on a fishing boat. So I notice that when I'm done and it goes like that, woo, that's like that. But that's fine with me. That's not dizzy to me. So that being said, I'm going to let you go. 17 minutes, long time. That's a long time, almost as long as I love you. I want to thank you for hanging out with me, and yeah, keep your eyes out for that symptom, and just be careful. Just be careful with that. And I'll put some uh, videos for little short exercises, maybe some like reels or shorts, so it's not long, so you can learn how to take care of vertigo when you get it. If you get it, you might not ever. Okay, so I love you long time. I'll see you tomorrow. And today was what, day 11 or 10? I can't remember, but I'm gonna keep going. That's all there is to it. See you. Bye bye.